Hi guy, welcome to B&B Spoilers and News channel. Today we will talk about. We were able to get our hands on 2 more new exclusive spoiler scoops straight from CBS for the October 2nd, 2020 installment. So, we'll go through those with you now. Let's start. First off, it looks like tomorrow's new episode, Friday, October 2nd, 2020, will feature some very intense, dramatic, interesting, and emotional scenes as a hardcore twist is added to Ridge and Shauna's second marriage. A very important and mysterious person shows up and more. We're going to start this spoiler session with the Ridge and Shauna second marriage situation. It turns out that the wedding will indeed take place in this episode. However, major twists, turns and bombs will take place during this, and they will totally shock everyone. The official CBS description for this second Ridge and Shauna wedding storyline tells us, Ridge and Shauna's wedding day is filled with bombs, twists and turns that no one sees coming. Another description reads, no one sees the twists and turns and bombs of Ridge and Shauna's wedding. What will these twists and crazy bombs be? This is the obvious and major question for this particular scenario. Here are some clues released by CBS. We officially learn that shocking information will be revealed during Shauna and Ridge's second wedding in next week's new episode bundle. Plus, Quinn is going to get the karma that is due to him. I don't know about you guys, but it sure looks like we could finally see Quinn's twisted Vegas wedding manipulation finally come on display. We will have to wait and see to be sure. Either way, we really think we're going to get some very shocking and intense scenes from this plotline. The second and final description of the teaser lets us know that at some point things are going to get even more intense when a mysterious person appears on the scene. This certain person will be quite an important person because they will hold the fate of many people in their hands. CBS's description for this mysterious person storyline tells us, a mysterious person holds the fate of many in their hands. Another description reads, the fate of many is in the hands of a mysterious person. Who will this mysterious person be? This is the million-dollar question that we will most certainly be looking to see in this episode. We are sure that this scenario will offer some very interesting and possible dramatic scenes to end this week tomorrow. So, get ready. In the Forrester CEO's office, Brooke couldn't believe Ridge was serious about having another wedding ceremony at the mansion for him and Shauna. Brooke said he wasn't fit to get married the first time. Ridge claimed that was the reason he wanted to do it again, so he could remember it. Brooke asked when he would wake up and realized that Shauna and Quinn were manipulating him. Brooke begged Ridge not to, claiming he didn't love Shauna the way he loved Brooke. Ridge looked away. She asked him not to do it just for Shauna's sake. In her silence, Brooke expressed fear that they would not reunite if he had a marriage with Shauna in front of everyone. At Eric's, Quinn was on a video call with Shauna, begging her to be quiet about what they had done to make Ridge's first marriage happen. Quinn believed Ridge's agreement to have another ceremony, to be held the next day, was a testament to his commitment to Shauna. Quinn wanted them never to reveal their secret again. Eric walked in and Quinn abruptly ended the call. She told him she was dealing with bridezilla Shauna. Eric said Ridge and Shauna were already married. Quinn explained that they were starting over for their friends and family. Eric didn't understand it. Quinn said that, as much as Shauna loved Ridge, they hadn't had the kind of ceremony a woman would want as the basis of her marriage. Therefore, they planned to do it again within a day. Eric was surprised to hear it. Quinn explained that it would be home if Eric accepted. Eric asked if this was what Ridge wanted. Quinn said so enthusiastically. Eric asked about Steffi, and Quinn explained that Steffi didn't want her father to delay her life while she was in treatment. Quinn intended this to be a small matter. Eric asked again if Ridge wanted him. Quinn reaffirmed it, and Eric agreed that the wedding could be at home. Quinn assured her that he didn't have to lift a finger and that she would take care of everything. She gushed about Shauna and Ridge's commitment and how honored Shauna was to be Eric's stepdaughter. Nodding doubtfully, Eric said he only wanted what was best for Ridge, and Shauna. Quinn was grateful that Eric made Shauna feel included. Eric left and Quinn shouted, "Tomorrow is the day." Later, Quinn texted Shauna that all of Shauna's doubts and guilt would go away when she exchanged vows with Ridge again. Shauna hoped Quinn was right. Brooke has arrived. She was there to see Eric but wasn't surprised to find Quinn there, texting and plotting with her best friend to keep Brooke and Ridge apart. Quinn advised Brooke to put her little violin away and noted that no one was forcing Ridge to do anything. Brooke replied that Quinn had said the same about that night in Vegas, but Ridge couldn't remember a thing. Quinn claimed that was the reason they were starting over. She said they would do it right this time around, in front of their friends and family. Quinn thought it was nice that Ridge wanted to marry Shauna twice. Snarling, Brooke said Ridge was under pressure. Quinn insisted that no one was twisting his arm. Quinn invited Brooke to be there to see the soulmates exchange vows and commit to dedication until they go their separate ways. Brooke didn't know how Shauna could ask Ridge to say her wishes again, knowing that he was still in love with Brooke. Quinn noticed that her portrait was above the fireplace. It wasn't Brooke or Stephanie, and Quinn and Shauna would move the Forrester family forward. Brooke concluded it was about winning, and Quinn would do anything to upset Brooke. Quinn didn't think Brooke understood the importance of Ridge's vow renewal with Shauna in the family home and said he was making a powerful statement. Brooke couldn't believe Eric would support him, but Quinn said he wanted the whole family to join in the celebration, especially Brooke. Quinn figured it would be healthy for Brooke to see it with her own eyes, and it would help Brooke let go of the idea that she and Ridge were meant. Tomorrow, Brooke. It's all over for you tomorrow, Quinn concluded. At the design office, Zoe and Carter discussed her surprise that Brooke had told her about being wary of Shauna. Zoe wondered if she had been wrong to assume that Ridge and Shauna wouldn't last. The union had seemed sudden to Zoe. Carter had thought it had been sudden when Ridge texted her to execute the divorce petition. Zoe agreed, saying it happened when Ridge and Brooke were still working on things. Carter recalled that the parties signed the divorce papers, but neither was filing them. Carter never imagined Ridge would ask for the deposit and remarry that same night. Zoe urged Carter not to feel guilty. Carter whispered that he had double-checked, and Ridge had sent in an affirmation. So he was sure Ridge used to give Carter, Forrester's senior lawyer, directions all the time, and Carter had done his job. Carter replied that Ridge was a friend, and deep down Ridge still cared about Brooke, despite being Shauna's husband. Carter later arrived in the CEO's office at Ridge's request. Carter was surprised when Ridge asked if Carter was available to perform another ceremony between Ridge and Shauna. Carter agreed to do it but wondered if this was really what Ridge wanted. Carter was still worried about what had happened in Vegas that night. Ridge thought that he and Shauna were already married and that the ceremony was just for memory. Carter asked why Ridge wasn't embarrassed by his inability to remember the first one. This bothered Ridge, which is why he wanted to start over. He said he had a few drinks in him. Carter felt there had been more than a few. He guessed that doing it again was Shauna's idea. Ridge replied that it was mostly Quinn's idea. Quinn wanted a nice day for her friend, and it made sense to Ridge. Carter asked about Brooke. Ridge surmised Brooke wouldn't be present but might send a gift. Carter clarified that he was talking about Ridge's feelings for Brooke. "I'm always going to love Brooke. Nothing to do with it," Ridge replied. Carter urged Ridge to be frank with him. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, share and subscribe.